I was just reading through an old journal entry. Like I put an old journal notebook back into this notebook, and I've got an entry from 3 months ago where I was breaking down like my own thought process in my brain, and I'm pretty sure I've got ADHD, but all the things that I hated most, loved most, and just reconciling it and trying to get on with my life and figuring out why am I this way, but why am I happy I'm this way? And it was so cool now to read that and think of all the things that I've implemented or done that have positively improved my life and actually made my life easier. Maybe I'll just go through some of those things. For one, sticking to a journal structure and managing my mental health as a priority, like writing down why I'm feeling the way I feel. So I've just got it on paper and I can reflect on it and look back and see, why did I feel that way? Was it valid? Was there a reason for it? What was the reason? What did I do about it? And was that the right thing to do? And that gives me this full holistic approach to understanding my mental health rather than just getting on with it. Because I don't know, I'm a very pragmatic person. I like to action things. I like to do things. If there's a problem, I want to do something about it. And I can't do anything about something I don't understand. So giving myself some form of understanding of why I think the way I think is the first step to me improving on that. And that was amazing to see, because now I feel so much more in control of what's going on in my head. The second, and this ties to it, is anxiety. Anxiety is the bane of my existence. It's the reason that I will have not anxiety, stress. Stress is the cause of my unnecessary anxiety, but it's also unnecessary stress that gets there in the first place. And so many times I have been stressed about the most dumb things, and it takes a slap across the face for me to realize I could do something about that, and I'm just putting it off, and I'm procrastinating dealing with my own problems, and it happens way too often. I'm sure other people can relate to this in some way or another. And there's often so many simple solutions to the problems that we face, or just small steps to massively improve them, that we put off because it's like a mental... It's safe to hide behind the problem because you'd rather not deal with the whole thing, and you'd rather ignore it as an issue. Like, giving it attention sort of validates it, and that takes more mental energy. But the relief of dealing with some sort of problem is indescribable, whatever the word is. Yeah, that was a big revelation for me as well, because I'm getting a bit more mature and learning to actually be an adult about my problems and not push them under the carpet. And third, this was very interesting and something I've studied as well, generational trauma or tendencies. I used to think that they were all like a bit of a puff, like what, it doesn't really mean anything. Like, I'm not talking about things that are necessarily actual events, but I mean tendencies of actions and patterns of habit that carry on across generations, such as men bottling up their emotions or not being able to be fully expressive of how they feel. And I don't just mean that in a cliche way, I mean that in like a practical sense of how you actually deal with trauma in your life and whatever happens. I'm just like my dad, and for better or for worse, I absolutely love my dad and I think he's a great role model, but there's certain aspects about not being able to share like all your emotions that I really struggle with. But journaling is helping me fix that, and doing things to practically help my known flaws is positive. And I'd like to urge everyone to do the same. Like, if there is something that you know you're struggling with, putting it down on paper, just understanding what the problem is the first step to getting past it. And you can definitely get past it. It's not that any problem is impossible to beat. You really can do anything about your issues. So just be real with yourself and don't beat yourself up about stuff that isn't your fault. Like, stop. Read the chimp paradox as well. That was really interesting. I don't fully agree with all the parts, but like the elements that your brain isn't always rational and logical, and you're not always in control of your thought processes. They can spin out of control, and you should take accountability for your actions, but you can't always take accountability for your thoughts. So don't blame yourself for getting stuck in a pattern of thinking. Do something to realize that you are stuck in that pattern of thinking, and how you can action to get out of it. That's the message. But yeah, thanks for listening.